Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal, and quite a lot of rumours around today on Saturday. Starting off with this one, it's the first time I've sort of heard about this player. I have to admit, I don't know a lot about him apart from that he's a striker. He goes by the name of Duvan Zapata. He's a Colombian, plays for Udinese at the moment, 25 years of age. Now he's on loan currently at Udinese from Napoli, and the rumours have come about from a quote from the president of Udinese, who said that he's received many offers for the player, including from Arsenal. Now, right out of the blue, and we know that Arsenal are good at that, at doing or getting in contact with players right out of the blue. This guy, as I said, he plays for Udinese. He doesn't have a prolific goal-scoring record for Udinese, but they think very highly of him there. As I said, he's on loan from Napoli. Napoli apparently have a release clause, of course. It'd be hard for him to break into the team as a striker at Napoli, considering they have Gonzalo Higuain. But very interesting that this president's come out and said that Arsenal are interested in him and have contacted him about his services. Is it something to drive up the price? Why would he need to do that? Because he's on loan, as I said. He's not a permanent fixture of Udinese. He's not an Udinese player, should we say. I mean, he's a Napoli player. So what does he have to gain from that? Unless he's maybe, working with the president of Napoli and they boost up the price a bit. I don't know. But it's right out of the blue, this one. Duvan Zapata. As I said, I don't know a lot about him. If anybody out there who watches a lot of Italian football does know a lot about this guy, leave it in the comments below. Let me know. I'm not going to lie to nobody and say that I'm an expert on this guy, but leave it in the comments below and let me know what sort of a striker he is and whether he would fit in at Arsenal. But today, Zapata linked with Arsenal. A midfielder today has also been linked with Arsenal, and that is Arda Turan. You know what? I thought to myself right at the start of the transfer window that it'd only be a matter of time before Arda Turan gets linked with Arsenal. Top midfielder. Plays for Barcelona. Previously played for Atletico Madrid. He's now 29, so that age thing's going to go against him slightly. It was a bit of a strange one when he moved from Atletico Madrid to Barcelona in the first place, because, Atletico Madrid, he was a regular starter. Going to Barcelona with their midfield, you always thought to yourself, is he going to start? That is the danger of joining a team like Barcelona. He's gone to Barcelona, he's not a regular starter, and now we're being told that, Barcelona would consider selling him. That he's surplus to requirements after only one season. I remember for the first 6 months that he was there, he couldn't even play. And he's being linked with Arsenal. Now, I think a lot of these links are to do more with the fact that Aaron Ramsey, doing an interview for the newspaper Spanish publication Marca, they asked him about whether he'd like to play in Spain one day, and he said yes, he'd love to play in Spain one day. He'd love to play La Liga. He watches La Liga regularly. A team like Barcelona or Real Madrid would suit his style of play, and that he hopes to play in La Liga one day. Why he come out and said this, I don't know. Aaron Ramsey, number one, didn't have a great season last year, so it doesn't endear yourself to Arsenal fans to be saying stuff like this. And number two now, all it's going to mean is that rumours are going to fly around all summer linking him with a move to either Barcelona or Real Madrid. But I think because of that, lots of people now have jumped on the Arda Turan thing and said, oh, well, mate, if Ramsey moves out, maybe Arda Turan will come in his place. Whether Arsene Wenger would move for Turan, I really don't know. I just get the feeling that if he is going to buy another midfielder, it'll be a younger midfielder than Turan, who's now, as I said, age 29, but certainly is a very, very talented player. Now, rumours today going around are also about Mesut Özil. As we know, I sort of said on shows before that he hasn't signed his contract extension at Arsenal. What he said to Arsenal is, listen, we'll sort it out after the Euros. I want to concentrate on the Euros, do my best for Germany, then come back and sort it out. However, it's getting people worried. We're hearing today now that Bayern Munich have apparently made discreet inquiries to Arsenal about the services of Mesut Özil. He's going to be away with Germany, and there's loads of Bayern Munich players playing in that Germany team. So you can imagine them nudging him. Yeah, what are you saying, man? Do you want to come over to, I've spoken to the boss there. They'd be happy for you to come to Bayern Munich. Remember with the Fabregas thing, when he used to go with Spain, when Piqué and all them lot were, I'm not going to say they were tapping him up because I don't want no legal things coming on me. But listen, it's obvious that when these players go with their national teams, messages can, should I say, be gotten to those guys that a club may be interested in. And as I said, we're being told Bayern Munich are the club that are interested in him. Piers Morgan tweeted out yesterday that he's very worried about this situation because he's heard that, Bayern Munich are fishing around as well. Arsenal cannot afford to lose their talisman right now. But Mesut Özil is the talisman of the team. He was our player of the season last year, best player for Arsenal. And right now, we should be building a team around him. He's made all the noises saying that he wants to stay. But the problem is, we know there's no loyalty in football. That is the problem with football. There's no loyalty. But he's making all the right noises about wanting to stay. Let's hope it is a thing that he's saying to himself, right, I'll sort it out after the Euros. But as I said, Bayern Munich interested in Mesut Özil, we're hearing. Hopefully it's not true. Real strange rumour, this one that went out today. Now this one is about Chelsea player Kurt Zouma. He's currently injured. I think he's still injured at the moment. He had a very bad injury during the season. Good defender, young defender. Of course, he was sort of brought through by Jose Mourinho. Mourinho now at Manchester United. Rumours today that Kurt Zouma has been linked with a move to Arsenal. Arsenal approached Chelsea, apparently. This is according to Italian journalist Emanuele Giallini, who claims that Arsenal want to move for Zouma. I'm not sure about this one. Why would Chelsea want to sell Kurt Zouma, young defender, centre-back? John Terry, as we know, is knocking on. Why would they want to sell the guy who probably is going to be their main centre-back for years to come? I mean, I know Conte's coming in and it's a new manager. I don't know, maybe he might bring a couple of his own guys to play in that position, but it seems a strange one to me. I like Zouma. I think he's a very good player, but I just can't see that rumour happening, linking, with Kurt Zouma coming to Arsenal. One centre-back who could be coming though is Rob Holding. The rumours are still flying around out there about this guy. As I've said before, under 21 player, plays for Bolton Wanderers at the moment. Arsenal will be heavily linked with bringing him in to the club, so we've got to keep watching this space on that one. But Rob Holding still linked. Of course, the Alvaro Morata ones still everywhere on every publication. Linking Morata, the prices vary anything from 25 million to 50 million that Arsenal want him. I think there's definite interest from Arsenal in Alvaro Morata. Interestingly, I was reading something yesterday where Ronaldo, not Cristiano Ronaldo, but the Brazilian Ronaldo, was saying that he thinks Morata should go back to Real Madrid and play. Morata, of course, used to be a Madrid player, and they've still got a clause, where they can recall him, back to the team, like a buyback. So, Morata, it really does seem like Arsenal really like this player. And again, it's another one that's going to run throughout the summer. It'd be really interesting to see how he gets on at the Euros, Morata. If he has a good Euros, the price will shoot up some. That's what I'm thinking. Are Arsenal trying to get hold of him before the Euros happen? David Ospina has been linked with a move away today to Besiktas over there in Turkey. Besiktas apparently really, really interested in him. Arsenal also linked to a left-back today, Ricardo Rodriguez. Now, Rodriguez is a very good player, plays for Wolfsburg. Seen a lot of this guy, very talented player. He's also a Swiss international and very, very good friends with Granit Xhaka. They're said to be best friends in that Swiss squad. He's 23 years of age. It cost around about 20 million euros. And as I said, he's a very talented left-back. Known to be an excellent crosser of the ball, and with someone like Giroud in there, that'd be very, very useful. What's going to happen to Kieran Gibbs? Will Kieran Gibbs still stay to fight out at Arsenal? I don't know, but this guy, Ricardo Rodriguez, heavily linked. And finally, Tom Rogic. I was watching Tom Rogic very, very closely last night in the England game, which of course England won 2-1. And you know what? After, yesterday I was talking about Tom Rogic, and I thought he looked very good. He looked decent. Of course, he plays for Celtic at the moment. The rumours yesterday were linking Arsenal with a move for Rogic. I'm just going off of that game. I thought he played really, really well. Probably one of the best players on the pitch. If it was an audition, he did very well. But as I said yesterday, Rogic linked with a move to Arsenal. Not sure about that one, but he looked good. He looked good yesterday. Right, let's get into the comments and hear what you guys had to say. Let's kick off with Nick Spencer. He says, I want to see Morata at Arsenal. He has not had the greatest of seasons because Juventus prefer playing Dybala and Mandzukic as their two main forwards. However, he's still only 23 and his last season was comparable to that of Gareth Bale's 2014-15 season. Listen, what I think it is with Morata is that Arsenal, this is my opinion here, I think Arsenal are looking at Morata and thinking to themselves, 23, a lot of the other strikers out there that a lot of people would love us to go for. Number one, it's going to be hard to move them from those clubs, even if you've got the money. I mean, someone like Aubameyang would cost mega money. Plus, do Dortmund really want to sell their prize asset, their best striker, when they're going into the Champions League next season? They probably won't want it, especially after losing Hummels. Guys like Higuain will be mega money, and he's on the wrong side of his 20s now. He's approaching 30. And there's, some of the other guys, Cavani's, 30s, all these guys, they're like near 30, a lot of these top strikers. So they're really looking at Morata and thinking to themselves, well, you know what? He's 23. We could turn him into the new Higuain, in a couple of seasons with regular football. I think Arsenal could be looking at it that way. They're looking at it and thinking that even though he's not played that many, he hasn't been a week in, week out player and hasn't scored, week in, week out, but he hasn't made loads of starts, but look at his experience of playing in the Champions League, Real Madrid, Juventus, top teams. This guy can be a top player. And I don't think, even though I'm still not 100% sure on it, if Morata came, I'd still be happy because it could turn out to be a top player. Climax01 says, was only a matter of time before Hector Bellerin left Arsenal for bigger and better things. It's a shame the club can't deliver success and lose top players so often. He hasn't gone yet, Climax. It's just rumours at the moment. He hasn't gone nowhere yet. And I think Bellerin will stay, to be honest. Don Walder said, I'd like Lukaku, Kante or Wanyama, Mahrez and John Stones. You don't want much then, do you, mate? And he's also put Benatia. So, that's his list out there, his wish list, and that's a good wish list, actually. Mandina Sahata says, Marco Reus, Robbie, a world-class player that may be available. Imagine Özil and Reus partnership. That would be immense. Again, I'm not sure if they would want to sell Dortmund Marco Reus. As I said, that Hummels thing has really traumatized their fan base, and they got to be very careful who else they sell over there at Dortmund. Ryan Rodriguez Parker says, in over a year, I've commented on every video and you've never read it out on your videos, which is very disappointing. I'm really sorry, Ryan, but I'm doing it now. All right. So thank you very much for commenting on the videos. You know what? Sometimes on these videos, it's like 2,000 comments, which is fantastic. And I can only read out a sample of them. As a matter of fact, Ryan, you know what? After reading your message there, I got to thinking that what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a transfer show, where what I do is I go through a load of the comments on all the videos and sort of do a show on that, speaking about the stuff that you guys, the guys you would like to bring in or wouldn't like to bring in, and just generally your transfer information. So you kind of inspired me to do that, Ryan. So thanks for sending in your comments, and really, really appreciate it, mate. Getting back to his comment. He says, in my opinion, as you said, Robbie, we need a top defender and a top striker. I'd like to see that Manolas, the Greek defender, and for a striker, either Higuain or Hernandez. What do you think of those picks? Listen, Manolas, I think, would be a good shout. We tried to go after him before. Why not going for him again? And Higuain, you know my thoughts on Higuain. He'd be absolutely perfect for Arsenal. So if we could get Higuain in, that for me, that would be amazing. Whether it will happen or not, I very much doubt, to be honest. I just think Higuain, it'd be so expensive to bring him in. I'm not sure if Arsenal are going to be willing to shell out that sort of money for. I think Higuain's 28, going on 29. I'm not sure. For me, I think they might prefer a move like somebody like Morata. All right, listen, thanks for watching the show today. Thanks for watching all the transfer dailies this week. The numbers have been absolutely amazing. Keep it locked here. We go through all the rumours and we break it down. Don't forget to check out my brand new channel, Man Like Robbie. Thanks to everybody who's been subscribing to that. I've got excellent Champions League preview on that at the moment. I'll try and put the link here as well for that. And this, of course, the Champions League final is on tonight. And remember I said I'm going to give away this signed shirt signed here by Robert Perez when we hit 200,000 on Instagram. Well, we've hit 200,000 on Instagram, so we're going to be doing a competition later on to give this shirt away on Instagram. So look out for that if you follow us on there. If you're not following us on there, what are you waiting for? We're on Instagram, we're on Snapchat, we're on Facebook, we're everywhere. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back around about the same time tomorrow.